Hey guys, and welcome back to our adventures in Minecraft. As always, I'm DemonFire93, and I bet you guys are wondering why we're not in the end right now. Well, I went after the stuff, and let's just say that, one, I didn't have my armor with me, and so throwing ender pearls was very detrimental to my health. And two, well, I died. So, yeah. And so I figured, well, you know what? Instead, we'll go and we'll work on this. And I got lots of stuff. And I have iron armor today because my nice set of diamond armor was gone, sadly. So, today is going to be a talkie while I build up this whole thing. So, today's topic is on a little bit of a couple different things. It all has to do with one major aspect though, and that is adaptation of book to video. Now, I read and watch both of the adaptations of The Walking Dead, and I only watch Game of Thrones, but the two have a lot of similarities, I guess you can say. But I found it interesting because with Game of Thrones returning soon and Walking Dead just finished a little while ago, I was just thinking about certain things back and forth and wanted to see what can we expect since I don't read the books. What might we expect from this next season of Game of Thrones a little bit. Didn't want total spoilers, but it's like they seem to have tied certain things up pretty well at the end of the season, where it's like, well, that storyline's done and that storyline's done, so what's next? So I want to know. And all I have to say was, when I did the research, was that did they really combine the season 5 from 2 books? Really? You guys have this series that is based on this really long book series. I mean, these are full-length novels. And you decide to go, no, we're just going to make this season be 2 books worth. Okay, this is why you've surpassed where the books are, because you do something like that. You know what The Walking Dead did? I don't want to say one is better than the other or anything, but you want to know what The Walking Dead did that is better? That is that they made their book 1, which is a graphic novel, which is much shorter than a full-length novel. They made that last basically up until the beginning of season 3. Yeah, certain things happened in the show that did not happen in the books, but for the most part, everything happened the same. And that's another thing, is that I don't understand. I read that Game of Thrones has this whole certain parts of books are implemented into the season. It's like, you know, you'd think this would be a chronological thing, right? So you'd think that this is a chronological sort of story, right? That's being told in the books. Things that happen in book 1 are happening in or around the same time period, right? They're not just suddenly jumping all the way back to this part and then jumping forward to that part so that later books can then do the same thing and jump back and forth. No. I mean, I understand that it's different because it's being adapted to a show, but if this were a movie, we would have, I mean, like, let's say it's the Harry Potter series, right? So you don't see Harry sitting there in Chamber of Secrets, you know, fighting the basilisk, and then suddenly they cut away and we go to how Sirius Black escaped from Azkaban, because those are from two different books, and therefore they become two different movies. And I understand that like I said before, that The Walking Dead did their book 1 into 3 entire seasons. Well, not entire seasons, but up to the 3rd season. But things in books happen chronologically usually when they're written like that, and so you'd think that they would want to make the show happen that way. I don't know. And it's interesting how we think about it, really. I've thought a lot about this, is that with a movie, you go to the movie and you are wanting to see the adaptation from the book, like Lord of the Rings, okay, or the Harry Potter series. Yeah, everybody's wanting to see how close to the books they got. But suddenly we do a television version where we're gonna adapt these books to a TV series, and we don't want that anymore. We want them to deviate. And I found that interesting. It's because, you know, a movie, you're sitting there for 2-3 hours and then you're done with it, pretty much, unless it was like the best movie ever, and then you go see it again and again and again and again. But otherwise, you know, you're pretty much done watching it. But the show and everything, you'll have every week that it's on, you'll spend either half an hour or an hour on the really good programs, watching it every week for, let's see, Walking Dead this past season was 16 episodes, for 16 weeks straight, and then you'll come back again next year and you'll do the same, and again, and it's just 16 hours out of your year that you're spending watching this series. And so if you've read the books, you don't want it to be the same because it's 16 hours. It's like, yeah, I read this already. Why am I watching it now? It's just dumb. I don't understand why I had to sit here and watch this. So I just thought it was interesting. So, oh shit, no! I hit the key. So, I've figured out what I'm doing. Had to change the images a little bit. You guys saw, if you guys saw on Facebook, I posted the 2 images of the new designs, and I'm implementing them together. So we get, instead of just one or the other, we're going to have the one with Slade holding the sword be on this side, and on that side, both pointing their swords towards the center, where the head will be. And so I can have that too. And it'll be cool, a good looking glass window thing. It was only 2, right? Right? 1, 2. 1, 2. I second guess myself on this the whole time when I'm talking with you guys, because focused on trying to be that block disappeared. We still have that glitch here? Really? Come on. But yeah, I'm focused on trying to be entertaining to you guys, and it makes it difficult to concentrate on the building aspect of things. The Walking Dead had all of this where the first book was 3 seasons. Then it took them till all I remember is book 1 ended with them getting to the prison. Book 4 ended with the prison downfall. So, I mean, that's how long they were in the prison. And I understand that they don't want to go directly by the book, because if they had done that, each one book be a season or one book be 3 seasons, we would still be at the prison without having even dealt with the governor in the television show. And that's just crazy at this point. The thing is that Kirkman, though, Robert Kirkman, the writer of the Walking Dead books, has basically put out a book, which is not a full-length novel, I understand, and so it takes a lot less time, but he has released a full-length book every year, basically. I mean, since he's gotten it going, he'll send out, the issues of comic books sort of thing, and then he'll release the full graphic novel book, which compiles 2 entire volumes, and that's what I buy, is the actual books. But yeah, he's getting that every year, and still, The Walking Dead is going to be reaching the point that Game of Thrones is already at now, where they're going to surpass where the books are. And they're going to have to figure out, what are we going to do about that? So, I mean, they are doing very well with the show, but at the rate that they're going, even though Kirkman sends out a book a year, they're going to surpass him. Oh crap, I just screwed up my way up. Very soon. I see the next season, them basically getting to what happens in the books, spoiler alert, slightly, which is a time skip. In the books, what the show is getting to right now is basically, and like I said, I am spoiling this a little for those who have not read the books or and don't know what's happening in the show. There's basically what's called the all-out war parts of the books, where it's Negan's people against Rick's people. After which there's a time skip. So there's the war and then the time skip. I don't know why, but the number 2 years is stuck in my head. So I feel like it's a 2-year time skip. Don't quote me on that. It's been a while since I've read that book. But the smart thing for the Walking Dead show to do would be to maybe not do that time skip. When they finish the war, which I assume will only take next season for them to get through. It's actually, I don't know why it's called a war. It's not that... What the hell? It's not that big of a... Secret passage! Not that big of a war, really. Oh, this is nice. Lovely. At which point, they could go with the books and do the time skip, or they could tell an untold story as to what happens during the time skip, because it feels really weird that Kirkman is just like, and then nothing interesting happened for 2 years. Like I said, I'm not actually sure if that is the time frame that we're working with. I don't remember. But that was my thoughts on the whole thing. But that's all the time that we've got for today, guys. So, as always, hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to finish this off here. And I'm DemonFire93. And I'll see you guys next time.